You're taking a free tour, which everybody's entitled to since you got a ticket for the train. You get a seat, you get to hang out with me. And I give you a lot of information and I'll give you a test with me. Just kidding. But it is going to seem like it's going to be a test. It's a lot of information. I know a lot of stuff I like to share. And you're going to see something that I think is nice and really cool. It's going to be what I call Sasquatch hideout. It's up there around the corner. Those of you in train car 4 are about to see it now. It's going to be the big clip line on the right side of the train. They cleaned that out at the beginning of the year, around in March. And the only thing that really grows in there is going to be a lot of ferns and moss. But this is a really pretty spot. Really super pretty spot. They used to have a board cut out in Sasquatch. They moved him around. And then we had a tornado in August, and it picked him up and took him to the creek, and he went for a long swim, and he's not back. So, I think that's what made these guys put all these little figurines and stuff out, which, no offense, I'm getting old, and my eyesight is not what it used to be, so some of them I can't see until I'm already past them. It's a long story. Anyway, along the left side of the railway is going to be part of that Dangaloo National Forest that I was telling you about. Of course, Dangaloo National Forest is all throughout Kentucky. It stretches diagonally across the state from Moorhead to Prairie County. The forest is divided among 6 districts. And the first district is comprised of 117,000 acres in Prairie, Pulaski, Wayne, and Whitley counties, and has 2 state-law rivers, known as Rock Creek and the Big South Fork, as well as 2 candidates for scenic water rivers, known as Rock Creek and Marsh Creek. 54 miles of Sheltowee Trace National Trail is also located within the Stearns Ranger District. Now, getting ready to go around the curve to the right. I'm going to go ahead and explain this now. Right here on the right side of the train, you're going to see a small cave, so to speak, a lot of deer lay in there. Underneath that big rock there's going to be 3 garden gnomes sitting in a circle. Up on the ledge behind them is going to be a raccoon. I want to see how many of you all see that raccoon. Most people never see the raccoon. It's crazy that they don't know it, but it's there. I promise. It blends in really well, but once we go around this curve up here, you'll see it, hopefully. Cross your fingers. And then right past there, you're going to be looking underneath that red limb that hangs down towards the engine, and then that water view is going to be about 75 feet off the rail on the right. So just keep watching. Let's see who sees it. See, you can see the garden gnomes. There's the garden gnome. You can see the raccoon? Awesome. Finally, somebody see the raccoon? Hallelujah. Now here's your water view. Dang, that red limb is about empty. Right through there. See the water? If that was my shower head up on that, y'all have to know. But Kentucky has the second largest amount of running water in America. Of course, the first place being Alaska. That's a given. Alright, the next thing on the right is going to be that dynamite house. Towards the end, it's going to be a foundation with signs sticking up telling you it's the dynamite house. Look for your little train car or train engine. It's going to be green on the end of the foundation there. Now the reason they kept this dynamite away from the mines is because if it accidentally caught on fire, it would not track the miners in the mines. So if that blew up, it wouldn't hurt nobody. That's basically a good way of putting it. Now those of you sitting on the right, this right side is beautiful. I mean, just looking up there and seeing the clip line and stuff is really cool. Also, getting ready to go into the tunnel, guys. Those of you sitting on the right, there's going to be 3 pieces of train put together on the right side and on those rocks. For those of you sitting on the left, there's going to be a unicorn close to the top of your window. And then in the backward shape seat, there's going to be 3 other garden elements as we're getting ready to go in that tunnel. Now, the tunnel is going to be 206 feet long. It was completed in 1902. Cost $50,000 per mile when the original 15 miles were laid in the early 1900s. Now remember, after working this tunnel, those of you sitting on the right, when you don't see any trees on the left, then you can stand up. Take a look at the water view down below on the left. the top part of your window on the right, you talk about 1,001 holes in some mud. These are some dirt daubers. I mean, this is like dirt dauber central. To me, it's interesting. Not to everybody, but to me, it's big. That's a lot of holes. Check that business out. That is crazy. It looks like, the first time I saw it, it looked like somebody had come down here with a 22 and just lost their mind in that one spot. And I thought, dang, that's cool. And then I talked to some guy to come, and he's a mud guy. And he said, oh no, he's like, that's dirt daubers. He's like, that's rare. They don't usually make places that big. So that's an oddity, but it's cool. So anyway, it is to me. The next time they blow the whistle, they're going to let us know we're arriving at milepost 3 and the side of Justice Mine, which technically is the road that leads to Justice Mine on the right side. Now, Justice Mine was started in 1967, produced its first coal in 1969, but it was built, it was considered highly mechanized and stood as the Stearns Company's most modern mine. At one time, it covered approximately 500 underground acres, and it was 600 feet below the surface. We're getting ready to blow that whistle, guys. We're going to blow a whistle, guys. Listen up. Ready? There it is. There you go. Now, for those of you in train car 4, look immediately to your left. You'll see a set of rocks. Right past that set of rocks is going to be a silt pond. Here, any water coming from the mines can settle and is treated before it's ever allowed to enter Roaring Punch Creek. And, by the way, they say if you stick your toe in that pond, you'll come out with superpowers or a rotten toe. Maybe end up with both. I'm not sure. I don't know about the superpower part. The rotten toe, they're probably right about that, considering what all is in that water. Nothing lives in there. And it's not very deep. It's really not. It's about 3 feet deep, maybe, at the most. Also, around this next curve is going to be that second water view. Alright, for those of you on the right that want to stand up and check out that water view. Isn't it amazing how much that water came up in such a short time? I mean, that water was you could barely see it. And now it's right there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright. Now this is where I tell everybody about Roaring Punch Creek. This creek is called Roaring Punch Creek. And right now it doesn't seem very roaring at all. But that's because we've not had very much rain. When we get several days of just like steady rain, that thing grows massively and really quick. And I mean, it grabs anything that is not rooted in the channel. I'm not even kidding. That thing will get people's tires. It takes people's water hoses. I've seen people's bicycles. We had a three-wheeler come down here one day. It picked up one of our benches that was down there on the platform. Took our golf cart seat. I mean, this stuff gets destructive. Like, seriously destructive. The weekend before the 1st of April. April 1st was on a Thursday, so that weekend prior to that, we actually had a flood down here. And down here at Bartell, the whole parking lot was underwater. It was all the way up to the train tracks. So, pretty cool. Bartell. Bartell was the first mine ever opened by the Stearns Company, and its first coal was hauled out on the K&T Railway in June of 1903 and was sold for a whole whopping $1.35. Thanks for E.G. Bartell, the community was home to about 300 people living in about 41 houses during 1905. It was eventually abandoned and torn down by the company in 1948, so all these buildings were gone. But thanks to the Cover family, This town has now been reconstructed to its 1915 appearance. You'll notice that the bathhouse, doctor's office, barber shop, information office, and restaurant / gift shop are all going to be located on the platform to the right. Those of you in train car 4, if you look immediately to your left, you're going to see a couple of old trucks. The first truck, I'm not sure one of them is a 31, but the first truck I know for a fact was the old fire truck. It has a place on the front of it with nozzles and stuff, so you guys can check that out on your own. You guys can walk up here and check them out, take pictures with them or whatever. They're coming up right here, guys. Right there. That first, I think it's the first one that's the 31. Might be the opposite, I might be wrong. But anyway, one of them is the 31. But this one has the nozzles on it. But this one was the old fire truck. Bada boom, bada bang. All right. Now, the friendly people here at Barville are over here to the right. Probably some of them are standing outside. They always wave at us when we go by. Things you're not going to see from the train is going to be on that free tour with me. You will see the company store number 2. Also inside that, you'll see the post office, and the script office was upstairs. You don't get to see it, but you know it's there because I'll tell you about it. And then, of course, further on down the track is going to be that one-room school and church. So it's going to be half school and half church house in the same building. These people were, if nothing else, not wasteful, that's for sure. This over here is getting ready for that Polar Express. They'll be painting these right here as like things that make it look like tunnels. The clock tower is going to be on the top. It's going to be a whole thing.